Hi everybody, welcome to Green Rose Spirituality. This is the monthly readings and I'm going to do them differently. I'm probably going to do the monthly readings differently each month just because I really like change. I am a life path number 5, so if you know numerology and you know what the life path numbers are, you can kind of understand a little bit. I like change. So this is going to be a little bit more of a free flow reading. It's going to have multiple oracle cards. I might pull out some tarot cards to help kind of define the energies, but if I receive the message and just a few oracle cards, then I'm just going to go with it. It's going to be easy breezy, set the stage, set the energy for 2024. Bring on this year with good, easy, flowy energies for everybody. Many blessings to you. So this is going to be for each pile to help you pick which pile. I'm only going to pull the very first card and give you could pause the video to give yourself an opportunity to look at it to see which one that you choose. In the timestamps, you can see where each pile starts if you want to pass through this phase and go right to the reading. Also, in my description, you can find the link to my website for a list of services that I offer. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do pile number 1, general energy for pile number 1. This one. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. General energies for pile number 2, please. I think they... Okay. I don't want to do 4. Okay. Let's do one more pile. Pile number 3. I like this. Okay, very interesting. So for those of you who like to use crystals, I am going to pick out some crystals. I'm just looking at them and getting a vibe on which one is for what. I like this for this one. I like this has interesting energy. Let's do Selenite for that one. This is Angelite, Selenite. What are you? Okay. We're going to do Amethyst. I'm just going to check the camera. It's a little off to the side. There we go. Little off to the side. Still getting used to this thing. I did end up doing a whole video and half the cards were on and it was terrible, so I deleted it. So this is a redo and I'm going to be popping up here just to check on the layout a little bit as we go along. Okay, so for pile number 1, for those who want to pick with zodiac symbols, this is going to be Gemini, Sagittarius, Leo, and Scorpio. For those who want to pick number 2 with zodiac signs, this is Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo. For those who want to go with pile number 3, this is going to be Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Pisces. Okay, so we are going to jump right into pile number 1. So we have Shaman. And I'm just going to start picking out the cards. And then I will start reading them. So if you want to skip forward, sometimes I give a little bit of downloads or information as the cards pick up or fall out. Other times I say nothing and I just feel. Okay. There. So this is going to be for pile number 1, Gemini, Sagittarius, Leo, and Scorpio, or those who picked Amethyst. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to see all the cards that come out, but I'm going to do my best. One. Definitely see your spirit guides are leading you in a direction of healing and confidence, trusting your inner voice. Follow the spirit. Resistance, I was feeling that. Attraction. Okay, just want to see how much more space. Perfect. Just want to pull out a couple more cards and get right into this. Feels like a tug of war, an internal tug of war. Knowing who to trust might be your question, but I don't feel like it has anything to do with who you trust. It has to do with you trusting yourself. Bringing it right down to the energy of self. Okay. You see that even though this pile is calling for healing and trusting, that you have gone through quite a bit of healing, mentorship, and okay. Okay. I'm just just going to grab a set of tarot cards to help me as I go along. I want these guys. Just going to do a quick shuffle and then let's get into this. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So we have the Shaman, trust in higher forces. We have she who flows, ease, being open to change, going with the flow of life. And we have soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. We have I have an energetic body and the power to transform myself and my life. We have release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. I feel like that is actually something that you are working on doing. I have my heart is open to receive love. With my thoughts, I co-create with the universe. Attraction, resistance, or action, resistance, and attraction. I also noticed that we have number 15 and number 15. Just looking at these other numbers to see if there's any other duplicates. No. We have the patron, mentorship, and finances. We have the pathless, difficult decisions, luck of direction. Okay, so the energy that I'm feeling from this pile number 1 is I see that you, okay, give me about 10 seconds to find my words. We are still at the end of Mercury retrograde. It is going direct, but we're in the shadow period after it goes direct. And I'm also born on a Mercury retrograde. So all that goes on in my head to get it out of my mouth hole. Sometimes I just need a little bit of time. It's interesting with the patron, whatever, however you pronounce the word. English, man, English. The patron, the patron. Mentorship and finances. I get the feeling of somebody who has been, even though it has mentorship, I feel like you have been doing quite a lot of self-mentorship, if that's even a thing. I just get the energy of, I want change. I'm creating change. I want growth. I want to release out of where I was. I have been releasing. I have been moving. I have been deepening my intuition. I am hearing the call to build on myself, and I am figuring out the ways to do so. But it feels like with this one, it feels like somebody who wishes that they had a mentor, but they don't necessarily have one. And it's making them not having a mentor that they can see. It's making you feel a little bit wobbly on your path. It's making you feel like all these steps that you're taking yourself, you don't quite see how to go from point A to point B to point C, etc. But it feels like you are doing that. That is what is happening. I just heard connectivity. Connectivity. See, and I'm just being drawn to the waters of this card, and it feels like somebody, I do feel like you're taking a pause and you're taking a break, and I do feel like Spirit is coming towards you with a message. And that message is, even though you cannot see the path. And even though you don't have maybe a physical hand to guide you, you have energies all around you that are helping to guide you. And they are pushing you to, not pushing you, but encouraging you to release what is blocking you, to release your own resistance. And I feel like that is a fear. And I do feel with the attraction card, there's a little bit of a highlight on looking at what it is that you're attracting towards yourself. Because if you look at what you have been attracting towards yourself, you can see where your energies are. So if you are feeling stuck, confused, alone, you might be attracting more of those same energies to you. It might be a good idea to kind of take a step away from things a little bit, like take a walk or like extracurricular activities that are healthy. It's interesting. As soon as I said that, I was guided right back to this card, and I got the feeling of somebody who doesn't feel like they quite fit in with the crowd. And that could be part of why you're not able to see the path, because you don't feel like you fit in with the crowd. You don't necessarily know where you're going. You know that there's some things that are happening for you. You know that your intuition is building. You know that you have this calling, this something within. And you can, I feel like this is a person who can be energy sensitive. It feels like you are wanting this. You are wanting this so much so, but figuring out the balance of how to move through this, of how to trust yourself, how to release fear, how to take action towards extracurricular activities, action towards maybe even more balance in your life. The 1 and the 5 and the 1 and the 5, I feel like new beginnings and changes, like that could be something that you're really craving. But it feels like having a hard time figuring out what kind of extracurricular activities you are wanting to participate in. Okay. This is where I'm going to pull some tarot. I also feel like with the heart, my heart is open to receive love. With this one, I strongly get the energy of somebody who is wanting more deep, fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling love in their lives. The kind of love that you can grow roots. The kind of love that you have to offer, you want to receive. And it feels like this journey is to help bring you to that point. Your guides are with you. I feel even though we have Shaman, none of these are gender specific. It's just the feminine and masculine energies. I do feel like you have more of a feminine, like I'm just feeling it from here, more of a feminine guide around you, more of a feminine energy around you. This could be a passed on loved one that you were close with, or this could be a spirit guide. Just seeing if I feel anything else. I keep on going back to, I want to say that is a hawk. It could be an eagle. I don't see it as being an owl, but birds. If you're seeing birds around you, birds might be a strong indicator that your spirit guide is around you. Or animals. And I do want to go right into the dreams as well. If you are having dreams where any kind of animal pops up, at all, in any capacity, in any emotion, in any color, in anything. Research it. There are so many messages to be had from our animal spirit guides, and they are ready, willing, able to come in and help with the guidance that you are seeking and that you need. Not just what you want, but what you need. It feels like, can I get a clarifier on that resistance? Too many cards. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle. Can I get a clarifier on that resistance? I'm hearing there's a reason why. There's a reason why. It is something that you will overcome. What is this resistance? Let's go to follow out, Spirit. Fear of failure. Thank you, Spirit. Fear of failure. Can I get a clarifier for my heart is open to receive love? The more you deepen conflict, and it went out in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck we have the 8 of Pentacles. No, the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. It feels like maybe you have tried to do this before and you might have gotten stuck on your path. This isn't going to be for everybody. I feel like this is a portion. I'm just going to take a drink of water. But it feels like it's a portion of you. Perhaps you were on this path to deepening your intuition, healing, moving through blockages, connecting to the spiritual nature of yourself and to the world around you. And maybe you got into a relationship and maybe that is what kind of hindered or stopped any kind of progress, at least the progress that you were hoping to achieve or aiming for. And I do feel like either that trouble, I want to say troublesome energy, but either that relationship didn't work out because there was a lot of conflict and that no longer suited your needs or your energies, so you released it, or you were able to come to a compromise, or says here, reaching agreements, the end of conflict, the end of struggle. But it feels like maybe you guys worked through that rocky patch. Doesn't even feel like a rough patch. It literally feels like rocky, difficult. and now you're kind of getting back into the flow and figuring out where to go from where you were, where you fit in, where you can go, where it's not, where it doesn't feel so empty around you. Looking for a mentor, but kind of doing your own mentoring. I do want to say, especially with this card, with my thoughts I co-create with the universe and the attraction, I really want to say that when it comes to connecting to your intuitive energies, to your emotional side, to your sensitivities, to your abilities, working with your power animal or with your spirit animals, all of these, they don't just show up all at once. It's a step-by-step process. Spirit will not want to overwhelm you with all the information, all the everything, all at once and expect you to get it. It takes time, and sometimes we do need to take that break. Sometimes we do, like life happens. Life absolutely happens. And if it wasn't a relationship, perhaps you were on a path to something and it didn't work out for you. It failed and it really knocked your confidence down. So I'm definitely getting the energy of building confidence with this as well. It knocked your confidence down and it made you feel like kind of retreating and like you won't be able to either do what it is that you want to or move forward even. I do feel like your spirit guides really are around you much more than what you realize. Much, much more than what you realize. Going into your emotions, going into what it is you are attracting in your world, and digging into your emotions to see what it is that is resonating with what you are attracting. I feel like I need to give an example. Say, if I don't want to use me as an example. Say it's a person who their trust got betrayed and over and over and over again. So automatically they feel, they think, and they say, I can't trust anybody. There's not one single person that I can trust. They're telling the universe, I can't trust anybody. There's nobody that I can trust. And they're feeling it. So the universe is going to bring them more of that energy until that person goes, I can trust myself. Let me back up. So you see how the universe is responding to what you are saying. Your words are spells. Your thoughts and your feelings, they are the attraction. They are what the law of attraction works with. And what you are bringing towards you, you can really analyze it. You can sit down and choose to analyze it, or you can seek some outside guidance to help you decipher or move through or analyze or dig in or whatever it is that you want to do, and get to the roots. Get to the roots. And I feel like the roots really are emotions. Even though we have wands, even though this feels like fire to me, even though I even get a little bit of fire energy from this, and we have the Sagittarius and the Leo energy in this reading, I feel water. I feel water. And that for me, I feel like it's the emotional aspect of self that is needing to be seen right inside. It's like here she is digging into a deeper layer and then digging into yet a deeper layer, and you're going to be shown and see so much of yourself that can really help you with either reconfiguring what it is that you say or changing your perspective, or healing and letting the past go in the past and allowing yourself to flow more in the present, so that what you attract in the future, it's more in the energy that you are wanting. Just seeing if there's anything else that is wanting to speak to me. I keep on looking at this card, so I'm going to go into it. We have planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. As soon as I said planetary wave, I felt the energy of somebody who is feeling the waves of energy that we have been receiving. And I feel like some of you, it will be more in this year, but many of you, it will be longer. It will be longer. It could be a couple of years. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. It just feels like you have felt the energy waves that have been occurring on Earth at this time and all before us. When we start to get a wave of energy, you feel it. You are receptive to it. I'm going to pull a tarot. Can I get a clarifier for planetary wave? Trust. We got trust. We have trust. And we have, I think we have another one. I feel like the word trust is highlighted and made in like bold lettering and capitalized. Trust. The deeper you trust yourself, the deeper you can trust the world around you. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. It's interesting what I'm getting from this one. It's like seeing your value. Seeing your value. The universe is offering you. How do I put this into words, Spirit? The universe is offering you the energies of healing, intuitive growth, understanding, learning, movement, expansion. And it's up to you to trust yourself, to take it and move through it. I'm also getting the energy of, every time I look at this picture, this feels like where you're at right now. And this person is sitting but watching. They're not laying down. They're not resting. Like they're not sleeping or anything. But they're sitting down and they're kind of taking note of what is around them. And it very much feels like that is where you're at right now. It's almost like, I don't even know if a pause is the right word, but it's like a looking, analyzing, checking out. Okay. Checking out the path, looking for the path, seeing what you need to do next and seeing if you want to take it. But I do feel like you want to. I definitely feel like you want to. Okay. Advice. not being able to see the path. The unknown. The unknown might be something that is really a bigger stress. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. It's completely your choice. You have two paths in front of you. You can choose to resist, to not go down any of these paths, to like live a life that feels known, that feels familiar, familiar routines, familiar hangouts, familiar people, familiar situations. And I'm not saying any of these are bad. I'm just saying you have this choice. The universe is giving you the option of something different from that. And you have that pull. You feel that pull. But it's almost like that resistance energy, because you can't quite see the path in front of you, because you can't make it out with the clarity that you need. It's almost like you're thinking about abandoning ship, not even going down that path and just kind of sticking to what you know. It's interesting with this one. I'm seeing escapism, and I don't feel like it's for all of you, but I do feel like it's for some of you. Escapism to something that is controllable, something that is easier, something that can help you self-regulate, might be kind of a crutch that might have helped you before but might not be so healthy anymore. And the pull away from that to learn something new, that transitionary period, that could be quite difficult. It absolutely can be quite difficult, and it can make one kind of think about not taking that path at all and just sticking to what it is that they know. But I feel like your spirit guides are coming in with the Queen of Swords to say that you've developed your intuition to the point where if you were to do that, you'd always be wondering. You'd always be looking back. You'd always wonder where that could have went. You'd always feel that pull. You'd always know that you didn't trust yourself or didn't trust this path that you couldn't see. And you'd always question it. You'd always want to know it. And the endless possibilities that could come to you on that path, you'll always want to know and feel like the grass is greener on the other side. I don't believe that the grass is greener on the other side, but sometimes we'll feel that way, especially if we do inaction and we're looking at thinking of or looking at other people's experiences or daydreaming of what we want to experience. It might feel like the grass is greener on that side, but once you get there, there's still the work that you do. There's still the experiences. Some are easy, some are very difficult. Some are joyous and fun and fulfilling and deep and amazing, and others are grief-filled. There's no escaping any of those difficult, harder situations or experiences or feelings. There's no escaping it. I feel like learning to trust yourself, letting go of the fear of failure, aiming for a relationship, either with a loved one, a romantic relationship, a friendship, family, whatever it is for you, but aiming for relationships that are on your energetic level, instead of trying to fit in where your energies no longer vibrate the same as everybody else's. And you have your spirit guides all around you, helping you to go with the flow of change, to be open with change, to trust your inner calling, and to trust the higher forces, and to help you with mentoring yourself with their guidance and your intuition, and moving in a direction that you feel pulled to. Whew. Be kind to yourself, pile number one. Be kind to yourself. This is a big transition and release and movement. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 5 minutes. Don't be hard on yourself. Baby steps. Baby steps. And if you need a pause in between each baby step, pause in between each baby step. You will know what you need each step of the way. But if you choose not to go down this path, you're going to hold that fear of failure. And you are always going to wonder what it could have been. What it could have been to be around people and have experiences and deepen your intuition and your trust and your self-trust and your all of it by taking the action needed to move forward to newness. Okay, pile number one, that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you can please hit like and subscribe, I would endlessly appreciate it. Lots of love and light and many blessings to you. Thank you. Bye. Hi, pile number two. We are going to there's lots of get into your reading. You got the Selenite and the Traveler, move in a new direction. Okay, so I'm going to pull the cards. So if you want to skip to when all the cards are there, feel free to do so. Sometimes I have moments while I'm pulling the cards out, sometimes I don't, so totally up to you. Okay, pile number two. This feels huge. Why do I not want those? Okay, let's grab these. I'm just going to intuitively grab the cards and go from there. And this is for the signs of Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo. Moving in a new direction. Assessing. Okay, it's interesting. I even feel like that one. Balance. We have resilience. Ooh, I want to yell. As soon as I see this card, I just like get this energy of like, you could do this. Wow. Okay, let's see. What else is coming out for pile number two? Something is no longer working for you. Something is no longer working for you. You're not happy. It doesn't feel balanced. It feels like a craving of wanting more, seeing in a different direction instead of, it's almost like you've been on this path And you can see the end of this path. You could literally see the end of this path. And now you're just kind of checking out what's around you. Assessing the situation. Where do you go? What do you do? What feels the best to you? You can, I feel like you have for a good chunk of you, you don't need to keep traveling on that road assessing. I feel like you're already there. And what is ahead of you, you are able to do. Taking command. Taking command. Okay, and that was in reverse. I don't really work with reversals, so like shuffling them is weird. I work with reversals if they pop up. Shuffling them, it's different. Last one. Okay. There we go. I'll get one more. Thank you. The Hunter. Okay. Feel some resistance. I feel some resistance. And then we have that. This deck is really speaking to me. Let's grab these ones. Fearful heart. There's the resistance. Oh. Recovering heart. Is there one more? Okay, so I'm going to put that down. Do I want anything else, Spirit? Because I'm kind of feeling all this. Let's do these, and then I'll use my tarot to clarify anything that needs to be clarified. Okay, good. I pressed play or record. Okay, one more. Is that it? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure these are all somewhat in the camera. Good enough. Okay, pile number 2 with the selenite and with the signs of, if you chose to go with the signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo. The main message is move in a new direction. I see that you are assessing what is around you, assessing your options. I also feel like you are somebody who has so much resilience and inner strength that you do not give yourself credit for. There's not enough credit that you give yourself for how you travel through difficult experiences, difficult situations, difficult feelings. There is no right way or wrong way other than, you know, like, don't blow everybody up, or, you know, like, don't physically hurt people, you know, like, there's a wrong way. So I don't mean any of that. But what I do mean, and that's not funny either, I'm just giggling because we're going to put the energy to the side because it doesn't exist here. Anyways, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. If anything, it's like the energy of, well, you could have did this better. You could have done that better. You could have did this better. You could have made that choice. You could have did this. You could have did that. Well, they could have did this and they could have did that and they could have did this better and they could have, you know, like a lot of analyzing, but like a lot of, oh, what is that word? Like just very hard on yourself. So you're hard on the world around you. And it feels like either that is coming to an end and Spirit is wanting you to switch and experience different experiences and to let go of those energies and to release and to experience more. Wow, that person really loves me. I really love me. I love this experience. I'm having a great time. They are amazing to be with. This is an amazing experience to experience. This is joy. This is how, like, you know, like just kind of flipping the switch over in a different direction. But it feels like you don't give yourself enough credit for how it is, for how resilient you are, for absolutely how resilient you are. I see somebody who is going through a very deep transformation and trying to find more balance in your world. I just heard self-sacrifice. What is that? Okay, let's get a clarifier for balance. Can I get a clarifier for balance? Please and thank you. Oh, that's lovely. They're bringing me to the leaves. It feels like you have been learning how to create more balance in your world. Maybe there was a time or a point of time in your life where finding balance, finding routine, finding calmness, that kind of energy was more difficult, and you've worked really hard to attain balance and a routine and more calm and more, I want to say maturity, in all honesty. More maturity, more mature lifestyle, more mature choices, choices that will bring you positive results, positive, I want to say career choices, choices of friends, like all of these. It just feels like that has grown. You have grown that. You've really grown that. And I heard sterile, so I'm just kind of sitting here going, what? And I'm looking at the pleasure. And it's interesting, the energies that I'm getting from that. It feels like when you're in an environment, even though you've created that balance, that routine, that, you know, a world around you that you can trust, that has security, stability. Stability feels very strong word for this one. Even though that's been created, it could be feeling kind of sterile. Like, where's the true pleasure? Where's the fun? Where is the balance when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to enjoying the life that you are creating? And I feel like that's a big part of why you are assessing. It's like, okay, you got here and now you want, not necessarily, so it's interesting. There's the Two of Wands, and that is like coming to a crossroads, needing to change paths. I feel like you're on the path and you got to the end of this path and now you're assessing the direction to go. So it's not like you needed to choose a new direction, but you have this opportunity where you can choose where to continue this path. But it does feel like this particular path, something to do with that sterile, something to do with the need for resilience. and something to do with the move in a new direction. It feels like there's a change. There's a change, but it's not like it's very interesting energy. I feel honestly like Spirit is saying, like, this says, I am evolving as a soul when I am aware of my soul's journey. And she's smiling and she's happy and she's got the yang and the yin energy. This is not gender specific. It's just the energy and the picture, you know. But we can use the word they're happy and content and smiling and enjoying enjoyment. And this one has pleasure and feeling the transformative power of what pleasure and joy and happiness can bring to a balanced life. Like, it just feels like it's the next chapter. That's what it is. The next chapter of you. Because the old chapter is coming to a close. It is absolutely coming to a close. Then we got movement helps my energy and emotions flow. This movement is going to help with continuing this flow in your life. I do feel like we got fearful heart and recovering heart. I do feel like the next chapter isn't going to be about any I don't want to say any hardships or heartaches or anything, because like completely unrealistic. But I do want to say that you are healing from, we'll just call it chapter 1. You are healing from sorry, I needed water. Healing from chapter 1 and learning to bring more pleasure and happiness and joy and releasing fear. Releasing the fear around, this is interesting what I'm getting. It's almost like if I don't work hard enough and attain my goals and I have fun instead, I'm going to lose all that I've built. But Spirit is saying the fun that you think that you need, your soul is craving something different, so that you don't have to fear losing everything that you've built, so that you can recover from what was lost, recover from what was no longer, recover from what ended in chapter 1 as you begin in chapter 2. The movement helps my energy and emotions flow. It's very beautiful because it feels like the energy of somebody who is learning about the different phases of themselves, allowing transformation to happen, allowing it's like a bird that is no longer a baby. It is an adult, and now it's learning not just to fly and learn how to be a bird, but now it's learning how to show off their feathers, how to find a mate, how to dance, how to enjoy life, how to sing in the rain. You know, like it feels so transformative. But it's like you expanding, you finding a different level to your balance, healing, recovering, taking command of your own ship, Okay, these were in reverse. I'm going to remember that. The crossroads, exploration, sure-footedness, predestination. And with this energy, it does feel like a little bit of resistance. Okay, let me just feel this out a little bit. Okay, I'm being directed right back to there. And opportunities and growth. It's like taking command, assessing, but it's almost like you might be a little stuck in that assessing energy. Like you reached the end of a chapter and now you're assessing what the next chapter is going to be like, but you might be kind of paused there a little bit. Need more information. I don't feel like it's more information. I just heard tying up loose ends. Tying up loose ends. I feel like, because we have a noose here, which is terrible, but symbolically it's speaking to me. It feels like the end of something that needs to come to an end is kind of what is taking place. Like this isn't an alive animal, it's a dead animal. It's the skeleton. Needing to put, oh, I hope you can see this. There we go. Needing to put an end to something that is dead so that it moves out of your way so that you can move in the direction of opportunities and growth and healing and more joy and more pleasure and more happiness and transformative, expansive energies. But there's something that needs to move out of the way, and this could be either tying up loose ends or something you're having a hard time with moving out of the way. I'm going to get a clarifier. Can I get a clarifier for the hunter? Thank you, Spirit. Needing to move things out of the path that are blocking the path. That's what I'm getting. I don't think anything is going to come out. That's okay. That just tells me that I hit the nail on the head, to be honest. So let's get some advice for pile number 2. Let's get some final advice for pile number 2, Spirit. Ow. The Emperor. Stability, structure, protection, authority, control. I'm just reading the words off of here. Control, practicality, focus, discipline, logical, practical, older man, stability, dependable, fatherhood, father figure. Please keep in mind this is masculine energies. This is also very Aries energies. Pardon me. What I'm feeling from the Emperor is just the need to be strategic, and I'm getting that with this one. Being strategic with your plans moving forward, being strategic with the removal and tying up loose ends, making a list of what it is that you need to do and not getting caught up in that pausing motion, that stepping like at the continual assessing, like doing the action, coming up with an action plan. Coming up with an action plan so that as you move into your next chapter, you are moving in sure-footedly. You're moving in with a plan. Not everything goes to plan, but at least you can create somewhat of a plan. Dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Any other advice? Ooh. Culmination. And then we have burden at the end of the deck. Your next chapter, you are releasing burden. It's going to take some time with coming up with an action plan, putting an end to what is already dead, what is already not there, rewriting your next chapter, like kind of coming up with a plan, assessing where it is that you want to go, and aiming for that pleasure, for that expansion, for those transformative energies, for joy, for happiness, realizing how resilient you are, recovering. There's opportunities and growth. And then we got the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is an amazing card to get with this. What it tells me is doing this kind of linearly, but with happiness as like your main goal, and not sacrificing your happiness with balancing. I almost feel like some of you might have some Libra energy. It feels like you are on the path. The next chapter is going to be a bountiful one. There's going to be happiness and pleasure and joy. And there could even be a culmination of finances. Finances that are reflective of what you are doing for yourself. So if you are choosing to be abundant innerly, your outer world could be reflecting that, and you could accumulate quite a bit of finances, so much so that when you retire, you can take care of your family, you could take care of your business. I feel like also with this, the old money is speaking to me. It's almost like, it almost feels like you could be creating the money for future generations where they will be calling it old money. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, my pile number 2s, that's all I have for you. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed this reading, if you can please hit like and subscribe, I would truly, deeply appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. So much love, light, and blessings to you. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. I'm just going to move this to the side. You picked Father Sky, Trust in the Unknown with the Angelite. You're going to hear me moving around. I'm just getting used to the space that I have to place the cards. Okay. So I'm just going to intuitively grab the cards, and I could start the reading as I'm pulling the cards out, or it might be right at the end of me pulling the cards. So feel free to jump to where all the cards are out. Your call. Okay. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Trust in the unknown. Father Sky. Okay. I am wanting I'm just being really pulled to this card, so I'm trying to feel it out. It's all that lightning around it. Interesting. Okay. Wood deck spirit. Let's do this one. Trust the unknown. Okay. Into the unknown. Trust the unknown. Oh boy. Healer. Beneath the surface. Okay. Very interesting. Just going to shuffle these a little bit. And it's interesting because I look at the on call, healer, seer, priest, priestess, soul purpose, and it feels like the reason why I picked the Angelite, because Angelite to me, when I seen the trust the unknown, I just felt like trust your angels, trust your guides, trust your higher self, trust the unknown. Interesting. Okay, let's dig a little bit deeper. Okay, they are showing me a different deck, so I'm going to go with it. Shuffle. No, it's gotta come out, Spirit. It's gotta come out. Whew. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Just gonna put these over there. Make sure it's still in the camera. Yep. That one, trust. Wow. Nourishment. Okay, and this is also for the signs of Aries, Libra, Pisces, and Capricorn. Okay. Blossoming. Okay, I'm heard the need to release control. The need to release control. And then release comes out. Yep. The need to release. Do I want this one, Spirit? Purity. Okay. I think I am getting it. I'm just going to grab my tarot deck to use for when I feel the need for clarity. Okay, so Okay. This is interesting. Can I get a clarifier for nourishment, please? Institute and choice. Okay. Let's go on with how I'm feeling. Okay. I just feel like I'm seeing the energy of somebody grabbing somebody's shoulders and saying, stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to control everything. I feel... Now, before I even get further, let's talk about that control, okay? That control isn't, it's impactful in negative ways. It can be, but it's not something to how do I put that into words? If I am in a position or experience or something where I feel like I am trying to control it, I have the opportunity always to take a step back, look at exactly what it is that I'm trying to control, and to dig into the reasons why I feel the need to control. So it's not that it's a negative thing to be controlling if you can step back and look at it and see why it is that you feel the need to control. Sometimes we do not catch ourselves in all the ways that we do it, and every single human being has some level of need to control something. So giving yourself shit, being hard on yourself in any capacity for anything that you are trying to control is counterproductive. It only brings like negative feelings towards yourself. Instead, you can stop and you can look at it and be like, why am I controlling this specifically? Let's look at the situation. Why do I feel like I need to control this? Do I not feel safe? Do I trust my own decisions? Am I trying to prevent myself from experiencing, for just in case this happens or this happens or this happens and this happens, and I don't feel like I can trust any of that, even if it's good or bad, like any of it. So I'm trying to control that. Where does that stem from? How can you heal it? Like digging into it and finding out ways, because like the trust the unknown, the underworld, the what's really driving you, true motives, breaking free, release, like it's all these very deep inner roots. Look at this, inner roots that you're holding on to for, and it's coming out as control energy, and the need to look into it to see the reasons why. Like even this hand is holding on to something. It's hindering you from developing a deeper sense of self-trust and intuition. It's hindering you from enjoying situations and experiences. Like, let's say, what do you think about if you just walked into a random... I just see a room with a bunch of people and everybody's doing something different. Are you going to be on the wall watching everybody and only trusting the people that you know and not checking out anything new and not doing anything new? Because it could be scary. Absolutely. And there's reasons why you feel that. And it's okay that you feel that. But recognizing that you're that person on the wall. Or are you the person who's walking through the crowd, watching everybody doing their thing and seeing like all the different experiences that's going on around you, but not participating in any of it? Or are you jumping in, even if this experience looks kind of, I don't want to say jump into terrible experiences, but I'm saying, say you jump into something and it turns out to be shitty. It's no big deal. That's part of life. Life is always going to have situations of growth. There's always going to be lessons. There's always going to be, it doesn't end. It does not end. And that's not meant to defeat you. And if you feel defeated, it's because you've pulled yourself out of it. You're resisting. You're trying to control the path ahead of you. You're trying to control. And it comes from, like, this is root chakra energy that I'm feeling. Root chakra energy. This could be sacral. This could be solar. Like, look, diving into your reasons, diving into your emotions, diving into why it is that you do what you do, instead of giving yourself shit for doing what you do. This is counterproductive. It's not leading you anywhere. It's making you feel like shutting down. It's making you feel like closing off. It's making you feel like going within and not connecting, hiding, not being a part of the world. It's taking you away from experiences where blossoming is the experience that Spirit is wanting you to have. Blossoming, like, let's just, for shits and giggles, pick up this card and say, she's playing a musical instrument. What if she was playing the flute before this? You know, what if she was playing a guitar before this? What if those were failures, but now she's at this and it bloomed and it was amazing. But she had to try those other ones to know that they didn't work for her, to get her to this. But what would happen if she decided not to pick any of those instruments up? She would know that blooming wouldn't happen. That listening to your intuition would be so hard to do. It would be blocking your intuition. And your spirit guides are saying, trust in the unknown. Allow yourself the space for bad experiences. Allow yourself the gifts that come with hard situations, hard experiences, because if we're scared of experiencing something hard, then we're also not experiencing the lessons, the growth, and the learning. And trying to shield yourself away from those, it's only going to make you feel more segregated from the group, from the crowd, from the experiences. And either you're going to be on the wall looking at everybody and trusting very few, or walking through and watching everybody have experiences and you not testing or trying or any of it. I feel like there's several experiences that that you have been going through. Okay, let me just get a vibe on this one. Because with this nourishment, with the Queen and the choice, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting the energy of the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the feelings that I'm getting from that one is somebody who is kind of looking at things through their mind instead of through their feelings, through their intuition. I feel like it's very, and they're both third eye chakras too, and it's very in your mind, and either you made a choice and the path wasn't what you thought it would be, or you overthought it, or you didn't allow yourself to flow, or you resisted an experience, but I feel like it put you in the energy of overthinking, and Spirit is wanting you to nourish yourself with experiences. She's got different kinds of fruit. She's got different kinds of things all around her for her to experience, like enjoying the lusciousness of life, enjoying how nurturing and how much blooming life can do for you, instead of staying in your mind and either really overanalyzing every single choice or decision to the point where that's taking up all your mental space. It could be very exhausting. Spirit is just saying release, trust that Spirit has you. Even if you go into an experience and it feels like it might be one that you want to try, there's never a guarantee that it will work out in the favor that you are wanting. There's never a guarantee. And as soon as you release that control and just experience things to experience them, there's going to be a shift. There will be a shift. And the shift will bring a deeper sense of self. So when you get the deeper sense of self and you go into these new experiences and one person is giving you red flags, and because of past experiences, you've seen these red flags before, and you kind of, maybe you talk to them about it and it all blows up in your face. Without that previous experience, you wouldn't have seen that and dealt with it right there. So it didn't prolong. It didn't go for 5, 10, 20 years. You know what I mean? You nipped it in the bud because you learned to feel your own energies, to recognize when your gut goes off, when things don't feel okay, to address matters, to lead yourself in the direction of what feels good. But it comes from all these experiences and releasing control so that you can experience them. Like there's a whole bunch of butterflies right there. There's a whole bunch of different experiences to transform from. It doesn't end. And that's the beauty of life. Experiencing the beauty of life, not from your perspective of control, but from the perspective of life is vast and great, and whatever I don't experience in this life, I'll experience in the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And when you start walking towards something that doesn't feel right, going, you know what, this doesn't feel right, and not doing it anyways until it blows up in your face, but just, it doesn't feel right, so I'm going to go in this direction. This one feels good. This one I feel a pull towards. This one I feel there's lessons for me and growth and experiences, and how those are going to play out, who freaking knows, man? But you trusted yourself enough to guide yourself there. Being easier on yourself. There might be a need to look back at past experiences that were rather difficult and seeing, finding some type of closure. Not all of those experiences, like if those are experiences that were extremely traumatic, that were abusive in any which way, you know, like I'm talking about the heavy stuff. We don't necessarily want to go back in those. And if you do feel the need to, allowing yourself to be guided by a professional through those experiences to help with the healing would be the highest benefit. But the need to look back at those experiences, and if you don't know the Ho'oponopono or Ho'oponopono, my memory is just not allowing me to remember the whole thing, and I normally have to look it up anyways, but it's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, but there's another one that I'm forgetting. And learning the meaning of Ho'oponopono. Learning that when you forgive the past, you are forgiving yourself. You are forgiving yourself, and you're seeing how the past helped you with those lessons. It's like, now I'm looking at the wise one. It's almost like the need to look at the past to see how it helped grow your own wisdom, and going over your path. I keep on looking at this comb. Going over your past with a comb even, and seeing all the lessons that you weren't able to absorb because you were holding on to the hurt or the pain of it, and not seeing the different sides of things, the different perspectives, the lessons. Like if you were involved in a relationship and it blew right up in your face and that person really hurt you, they need to look back and be like, you know what? I had a feeling at the beginning of this that this person was going to hurt me, and I was right. So maybe if I feel that way again, moving forward, I could trust myself, because I knew and I went through with it and blew up in my face. I don't want to do that again. Trusting yourself. If something is truly meant for you, it will make its presence really known. And you got to be a little bit careful with that too, because things shift and change all the time. If, say for example, somebody's coming towards you with friendship, and they kind of did you dirty, but it wasn't major, but it was enough for you to be like, you know what, I'm going to walk away. So you walk away, and then they come back to you and they're like, you know what, you were so right. I learned so much from that experience. I'm so sorry. It definitely helped me grow. You were a pivotal player in my growth. Thank you so much. If there's any way that we can rekindle this friendship, because I really do care about you. I really do have your best interest at heart, and I really needed to learn that lesson. Like, that could be somebody where you can see how it is that you feel, and not through control, not through resistance, not through pain, not through hurt, but through forgiveness and through depth of lessons. And you can make a judgment call on that. This is a very big time of growth. This is not an easy lesson that you are learning, but it is a very fruitful one, a very, very fruitful one, and it will help you feel unstuck. It will help you feel more connected. It will help you feel like you need to hide yourself less. It will help you feel more in tune with your intuition and your inner knowing, and bring more experiences in life that can really help you. And it's trusting the unknown. Trust in the unknown. Dive in there. Do the work. Okay, let's get out. Let's do some advice. Let's do some final advice for pile number 3. Friendships and the Chariot. I love it. And it's got Cancer in it, and there is the astrological sign. Oh no, that was for pile number 2. Pile number 2, if it kind of called to you, might be one to look at. I don't know if I'm feeling that totally though. Anyways, so the final advice that we have, we have friendship and we have the Chariot, moving forward from restrictions, self-restriction. She's holding on. There, so you can get it in the camera a little bit. She is holding on to those roots and the need to release so that you can move forward and have new experiences, celebrations, parties, like healthy parties, socializing, gatherings, festivals, festivities, like happiness, like just connecting with other people so you can have those delicious experiences, those delicious lessons, changing your perspective and just forgiving the past and seeing the lessons and being thankful and grateful for those lessons and seeing life through more hungry eyes for delicious experiences and connections instead of feeling the need to hide yourself, instead of feeling the need to sit against that wall, to disappear or to be a part of the crowd but not really. Taking command and teamwork, friendship. I feel like there's so much around you that is wanting to connect with you and you're not trusting very much of it, and the need to trust, and it comes from you, and it comes from diving deep. It comes from going deep into your emotional well, your experiences, so that you can trust the unknown. Okay, my pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoyed this reading, can you please hit like and subscribe? It would really, 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 really be amazing, and I'd be deeply grateful for it. And I thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you again in the future. So much love, light, and many blessings to you. Bye.